Hey guys, so first I want to say thank you for all of the comments. Since I turned the comments section back on. The comments on this channel are always so wonderful, and there is usually a huge volume of them with just people sharing their perspective and thanking me for mine. And it's been weirdly overwhelming in the past. Anybody who's been watching this channel for a long time knows I've turned the comments off at least twice for long periods of time. What ends up happening, or what's ended up happening in the past, was it's always great at first, and then for a specific reason that I will get into in a second, I always end up feeling like I am hemorrhaging my energy in like 80 different directions all day, every day. And it's so interesting to me because we're living in this energetic field. We know that. That's not woo-woo. That's a thing. And we know we're living in this energetic field and we have no idea how it works. And so we're just like left to come up with these visuals or ideas like hemorrhaging energy in 80 different directions. What does that even mean? It means something in reality. There probably was energy hemorrhaging from me going in 80 different places in the actual energy field. I can't wait until we understand this better. But so what ends up happening is basically I'll have 80 energetic connections with people every day just by, a conversation is an exchange of energy in some way. It just is. So I have this strong sense of like fairness and justice and all of that. And so when somebody leaves me a comment, I feel like I want to reply to it. If somebody makes the effort to expend even a small amount of energy in my direction, especially if it's positive energy that I get and then I feel good, then I really feel bad if I don't reciprocate in some way. And the kind of sucky reality is that I cannot do that. I can't really respond to almost anyone. It's not even like I could pick like 5 people today. I really have to just like not do that because it's going to end up in the exact same place. And I feel really bad because like all these great comments, I want to, reply and be like, you're awesome too, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because like, it's such a nice gesture to leave a comment with a positive remark for somebody. That's great. And I bet you I could count on both hands, only the number of really negative comments I've gotten in 5 years, like just like troll comments. Sometimes people disagree with me and they have a different opinion. That's a different story. I just like somebody being a shithead. That's been very limited. Amazingly. I mean, do you read the comments on YouTube? That's amazing. So I just, I wanted to thank everybody who left a comment. Every single one of you, I read every comment. And I put I heart the comment if I've read it so that I read it. And, for those of you who I did not do that, it's because I'm going to come back. Like there were a few questions or things that people asked for like a video topic on or something. And so those I did not respond to so that they will show up in my comments as I haven't responded to this and I can find them easily. But so just to illustrate, I don't know, this is funny to me. I feel kind of like this is kind of pathetic, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously. Just to demonstrate how much it bothers me when I'm not behaving in a way that I feel like is fair to others. I had a dream last night. I never would have connected this. You need to get the ChatGPT app and have ChatGPT analyze your dreams. It has a near 100% hit rate for getting me to make the connection between whatever my dream was and whatever the real life issue is that I'm trying to work out in that dream. And it's just crazy. Like I would never put these things together if I were just thinking about it. Never. I had this dream last night. Don't worry, this is truncated. I'm not going to give you all the gory details of my dream. But I dreamed that Matt and I bought a house from my friend, my like best friend in the town I live in. We're kind of casual friends, but it is the closest friend I have in this town, and I've known her for a long time. So we bought her house, and like months after buying her house in this dream, Matt comes to me in the house and says, "You're not going to believe what I found." And I built this thing. And I came outside and there's like this Taj Mahal, like no joke, like Taj Mahal of outdoor like sheds, or it was an outbuilding of some kind. It was just like beautiful, like stained wood, and it was just like this gorgeous, huge thing. And I was like, where did this come from? And he's like, oh, so-and-so and her husband left this in the garage, the kit to build this in the garage. And I was like, shit, there's no way they meant to leave that. And it was expensive. And I'm like, but legally it is ours. We bought the house. Everything that's in the garage belongs to us. And I was just kind of going through this thought process of like, do I have to tell her about this? Do I have to pay her for this? I kind of feel like I should, but like I didn't ask for it. And legally it is mine. And, she doesn't really come over here all that much. Like maybe they won't notice. And I'm not usually a deceptive person. So that's, I just kind of ran through this thing in my dream, in my mind. And then a couple of minutes later in the dream, in dream time, I suddenly was like seeing the world through her eyes, and she was in a raft with her daughter at a water park going down this enormous slide and trying to navigate this slide. And under the raft, like under the water, was a whole bunch of people watching. This is so funny when ChatGPT interprets this, but there were all these people with like sunglasses, like underwater. They had sunglasses. They were older people, like not people you would normally see at a water park. They weren't in bathing suits. They were in regular clothes, but they were like underwater, like they were in a glass, like they were, like when you're watching an aquarium, like they were spectating. And I remember being totally perplexed by this in the dream. So I feed all of this into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is basically like, you're trying to work out boundaries. You're trying to work out fairness, the ideas of fairness. The glass house thing was people watching. Like, it's all pointing to this issue of fairness with the comments on YouTube. Like, ChatGPT just, like, nailed every bullet point. And I'm going through this, and I'm just like, what is this? What is this? And boom, it was the only thing it could be. I don't have anything. I don't have any other boundary things going on with people in my life or anything. In my many dimensions of lives. I just have this one thing. So, just all of that to say, the people that watch this and comment, you're very important to me somehow. I don't know who you are. There are a lot of different people that watch this channel, and I don't ever want anyone to think that I don't appreciate the feedback, whatever it is, that I don't read it, that I just ignore it, or I just go through and go boop, 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 boop on all the hearting everybody's I don't do that. I read every comment. And for like the whole time I've had this channel, I have tried to actually engage with everybody, like almost everyone. If anybody left a comment other than like thank you or I liked this or something, if anybody left a substantial comment, I would always try to give it a thoughtful reply. And I sadly at this point, I do not have the energy to do that. I just don't. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up hating it and turning them off again, and everybody seems to hate that. So maybe what I'll do is just I don't know, regularly let you guys know that I read the comments and really appreciate it. Maybe that would suffice. I don't know. But so yeah, wow, that was a 9-minute explanation and thanking you for your comments. Brevity is not my strong suit. But anyway, so the thing I actually wanted to talk about today, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to make the title of this video, because whatever it is, it's going to take 9 minutes to get to it. So what I wanted to talk about was this thing I saw on Reddit maybe a week ago. I have Reddit on my phone. I don't really read anything on Reddit anymore. I don't really have a lot of time. I'm pretty busy right now with a bunch of things, and sometimes though I go on there, I'm stuck at a train or something, and I'm just like I'm not logged in as Neville Goddess. Like I have my Neville Goddess Reddit account from years ago, and if you're a Redditor, you could read my subreddit. There's a whole bunch of writing on it. It's just Neville Goddess. It's my subreddit. But I'm just like logged into the anonymous Reddit name. And so it's not associated with, it doesn't know anything about me on this account, is my point. So random shit just comes in the feed. And for some reason, Ask Men Over 30 subreddit showed up. And there was a post on there from a woman who, the basic gist was, she's 44 and single, never found the right person, is tired of dating, and was like ready to give up. And does anybody else feel that way? And one of the things she said was, I don't know how many times I can ask someone what their favorite color is. And there were a bunch of people agreeing in the comments. And these things always, I've seen, I made another video about this. This was another thing that brought me back to YouTube a few years ago, was reading something really sad like this from like a 22-year-old kid. And it really blows my mind how twisted, I mean that non-judgmentally, just literally how warped the thinking about finding a partner is for so many people. Like, there was something about the favorite color question. Like, this is this like thing I must ask in order to graduate to round 2 or get the second date or whatever. Like, there's no real interest in connecting with another person. It's just like going through this list of questions that you ask somebody you don't know. And it seems to me like a lot of people are treating finding a mate like a chore, something that must be done. There's this whole thinking around it that is warped. And I think this is like a really important thing to think about if you're a single person and you're interested in manifesting, because the manifesting thing and understanding what you're actually trying to do in this area will free you, I think, from all of this, like this heavy burden that's on people. That, by the way, I was the worst sufferer of this all the way until I was just after my 40th birthday. Like, finding the right person was like a life or death thing. It didn't even feel good. I didn't even want to be doing it anymore. I also felt like if I didn't find it by a certain age, it was over. And it was just really, it was a bad scene. So I understand why people are feeling this way, but you've got to understand 2 things about finding a person to spend your time with. One, you're looking for one person. You're not looking for an entire demographic to find you appealing. You don't need to increase your odds when you're manifesting somebody, because the odds don't come into play when you're manifesting somebody. And even if they did, in this day and age, there are so many people out there. If you need that to comfort yourself, there are so many people out there, and no matter what age bracket you're in, there are lots and lots and lots of people in that age bracket that are looking to share their lives with somebody. So, it's like, I think people get this idea. It's like everybody is single and dating in their 20s. And a lot of people are still single and dating in their 30s. And then people are like, well, after that, everybody's taken. No, they're not. No, they're not. There's plenty of people that are still single. There's plenty of people that put their focus elsewhere when they were younger. There's plenty of people that have gotten divorced, and they're better for it. There's always people coming on the market. And even if there weren't, you're just looking for one. You're just looking for one person. And you're not just looking for one random person. You're manifesting the person that is energetically compatible with you. And since we don't know anything about what this energy field is really doing or how it's really working from a manifestational perspective, I think it makes sense to think of this as a vast energy field that you are tapped into, that everybody is tapped into. And when you hold a strong enough and consistent enough vibration is the word I wanted to say. When you hold a strong enough and you're broadcasting a strong enough and consistent enough signal for something, and it's pure enough, it will attract the thing somehow through this energy field. It will attract the thing that broadcasting for. I don't think it makes any sense to think of it as magic, because I personally have seen the ease with which these things come about. I mean, I've talked about this before. I manifested my now ex, current business partner, pretty much. I don't know. This is definitely a member of my soul family. By the way, I'm going to make a video on how to manifest your soulmate and or soul family soon, because there are some components in there that nobody talks about, really, as far as I know. And I'm going to do that. But my now ex showed up 3 days after I was very, very clear about what I wanted. He just appeared. And it was exactly what I had, intended. Exactly. Exactly. So there's something about this strong, clear, consistent, and by the way, consistent intention does not mean consistent focus and obsession. When you have a strong enough intention and it's clear, you don't have to think about it, because it's just there in the vibe. I don't know how, I wish there were better words for this, but it's just there, and don't worry, it's making its impression on this energy field. It's connecting with whatever it needs to connect with. You don't have to worry about it. So this idea that there's a point at which you should give up, or that there is a point at which you have to start treating dating like a job, and you've got your list of 10 questions that you don't really care about, because who really gives a shit what somebody else's favorite color is, unless you're somebody who loves to make stuff for people and you want to make it in their favorite color. That's a different story. I don't know. Unless it's information you need. Most people don't really care about that. And if it's on the list of your 10 questions that you're asking people, I'm not sure you really want to be doing this, is the thing. Do you really want to be looking for that person? Do you really want that? Are you tired and you feel like you can't take a break? That's where I was. That's where I was when I was in my late 30s. I had never been more sick of connecting with people in a romantic way, and I had never felt more like I had no choice but to keep doing it. Because at the age of 40, when the clock went ding at midnight on my 40th birthday, at that point, I turned into a hag, and every eligible man that I would ever want to spend my life with instantly would ever have any interest in me again. I swear to God, those two, that was an idea that I had, and honestly, I didn't even really critically pick it apart. I didn't want to go there. I was just like, I have to do this. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to pick it apart. I got to find somebody by the time I'm 40. You're just looking for one person out of the billions of people. Looking for isn't even the right phrase. The person that you're going to have a relationship with next, whether it is the lifelong love of your dreams or the next person that has a gift for you that you can share life experience with, that is just one person, and it is a specific person. You don't know who they are yet, but it is a specific person, and it's not going to be a numbers game. It's going to be a you game. It's going to be, where are you at mentally, and are you ready for this person to show up? And it's got nothing to do with the odds, so you don't have to worry about that. And for that woman, who will never watch this video, I'm sure, but for that woman, yeah, you should stop going on dates with people if you feel that way about it. You absolutely should. But why would you then also decide, I'm done for life? Maybe in 2 weeks, after you take a little break, maybe have a couple of cocktails with your friends, or just lay around at home watching, Law and Order. Maybe you'll suddenly start thinking, okay, my energy's replenished a little bit. Maybe I saw something over the last couple weeks that changed my mind a little bit about this. And then, then you'll feel differently about it. When you feel good about doing it, that will be a good time to get back into it. And hey, if you don't feel good about doing it, don't, and you'll meet somebody some other way without having to even think about it. I was so tired and done with everything having to do with anything romantic in mid-2020. And then, of course, my now significant other of almost 5 years just showed up. Just showed up through Reddit and YouTube. And I didn't even see him there for like the first 4 months he was there. So, yeah, you know, things have a way of just showing up when it's the right time. And the right time is about you. It's not about somebody else controlling your life and all that. But I just wanted to talk about that. That was one of the things I was like, man, I want to talk about that again on YouTube, because this attitude towards dating that so many people have is just so counter to how you energetically bring things about. And I think you can absolutely meet people like going on a dating site. Why not? If you're open and willing, there's lots of other open and willing people. And if you know what you're looking for and you're in the right place mentally, you'll probably connect with somebody through that. But if you're looking at it the way I did, I hated the idea of meeting somebody on a dating site. Hated it. Still do. Still hate that idea. I just don't like it. I've never liked the idea of people, you know what, and this is just me. I had never liked the idea of being judged based just on my looks, which is how I felt like guys did that on there. And I was just like, I hate the idea that somebody is deciding whether to talk to me or not based on my face. Like that, you know? People can put a lot of emphasis on a face. And I would rather somebody be interested in me and, you know. Anyway, I'm done with this video, so I hope that, I don't know, I hope there was anything good in there for somebody. Thank you again for the comments. You guys are the best, and love ya. Have a great day.